All them.
Anything food like that, I was with it.
Excuse me?
Oh, well,
you got Thanksgiving
all right.
a couple years, but
That's old.
3-time Thanksgiving champ.
but most of the food stuff, Ken did win.
Exactly.
He won a lot of food related top five.
Food connoisseur.
We are live. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another week of Tech 5. We just sitting reminiscing about some of the old days when we had the Tech Top 5 and some of those categories and whatnot. But
we matching this week.
Oh yeah, we are matching.
Yeah,
Me and
usually
Tim
Ken
got
don't
the
have a
green.
memo.
Huh?
So usually you don't get the memo typically.
We out here though.
We good this week.
Me and Tim got the green. Eric and Ken got the black on. You know what I'm saying?
I almost want my Bucks hat to match this, but I was like, nah.
Got Dwayne comments too.
What up, y'all? All right, let's go hit that theme music and get started. Welcome to episode 308 of Technical File, the sports podcast you never knew you needed.
And it's your boy TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Catch Me, aka Mr. Give It To Me. I was just telling him before we came on, like, bro, this motherfucker here is alright, you know.
We'll explain if you're not watching the video version. We will explain in a moment.
We got merch. We got to prop it up.
Let's get through the intro, please.
I am Eric J.
Only known as
Eric J.
And I'm Camille, point guard of the crew, the real life T for Lockhart, the girl next door. You know, holding it down for all the women who love sports.
And it's your boy K Harris, the gentleman,
The gentleman,
the everyday gentleman,
24/7.
but better known as K Diddy.
Take that. All right, y'all. What Tim was talking about here, the mayor, my husband, he gifted us with some beers like he does every so often for the podcast. This week, he got us some Carry the G, the official beer of Cheesehead TV, that cream ale.
Hey,
Gotta have it after a Packers win.
You know, you gotta crack one of these motherfuckers open after the dub, yo.
Gotta get one after. I don't even drink beer, y'all. As y'all know, I don't even drink this. I might be drunk in about 30 minutes.
It's beer.
Off of a beer, man.
The ale.
This cream ale. Shout out to Cheesehead TV and all the folks over there since, you know, we carry the G and MKE. Shout out to Mark in the comments. I saw Dwayne in the comments. I saw KG in the comments. Welcome, y'all. Way to be here early and on time. You was here before we was here. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. All right. Sport fact of the week. What we got?
Can't pick it out. We're about to learn about some Taekwondo.
Hey.
Taekwondo.
Event overview. Taekwondo is an exciting combat sport between two men or women who score points by striking their opponent, often with a rapid combination of kicks, including jumping or flying kicks and punches. The fighter with the greatest number of points at the end of the time bout is the winner, unless one is knocked out for a count of 10.
10 count.
Kid, I'm sorry. Dwayne in the comments said blink twice if you endanger Ken. Ken took off his glasses and blinked as hard as he could.
Damn, catching shots from
Already,
the Vikings fan.
Shoot, they lost too.
Exactly.
No position. Player profile. Taekwondo athletes are light, lithe, fast-moving, and strong. Agility and flexibility are important attributes, as high kicks are a key tactic. Kicks to the opponent's face score more highly than blows to the torso. Quick responses are essential for effective defense.
Yeah, kick to the face. I'm through.
Facts.
I always thought when
kick to the face, fam. I'm straight. I'm watching your foot come.
That was always one
fam.
of the funniest jokes from
straight.
Kevin Hart. Like, you watching your foot come to your face, like, yeah, you right.
fam. I can't do that, fam.
You watching that foot about to whoop your ass.
It's coming. You see it.
It's on the way.
Some housekeeping before we get into the meat of the show here.
Can't get excited.
Hey, bro, relax. All right, we're gonna run that drop back. You
You
think
know
it's
how you and Meeks get along.
So first, if you support the pod and you like what we do here, but we need from you some free ways to support the pod that help us out so much. One way you can do that is rate and review the podcast on whatever platform that you use to listen to us on. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever the case may be. Give us the maximum amount of stars that you can and leave a glowing review. We would definitely appreciate that. Also, you can review us on like Facebook and stuff like that. Helps a lot. Subscribe to the YouTube. That's a big one right there. Drop comments on the videos. Even if you weren't here in the live version of it, just come back like the next day and be like, hey, say something, whatever it want to be. I don't care. You say whatever you want to in the comments.
Talk to us.
Just up that engagement for us. And as always, if you could share the show, we really appreciate that because we don't grow without y'all sharing the show and telling people about what we do. We're trying to grow here. We've been doing this for a while. And I will stand on the fact, I think we have the best sports podcast product out here on these streets.
Yeah.
Period.
We yelling too.
We just need more ears
No, you yelling.
to hear it and eyes on the YouTube.
Absolutely.
So if you could share the show, tell people about what we do.
Exactly.
And be here every week. We appreciate that. We record the podcast live every Tuesday around 7 p.m. Central Time.
Just
Around.
Make sure you have that notification bell on so when we go live, you get notified like, oh, here they go. It is time. Because we love when y'all in the comments being part of the show. Y'all help enrich the experience here. So thank you to everybody who be here live.
Absolutely.
Thank you to everybody who's sharing the show. I see Afro Nerd already retweeted the show on Twitter. Shout
out.
I hate making typos. I wrote,
oh boy.
subscribe to the YouTube and join is in the comments.
Us. He meant us, y'all. Join us in the comments. So all that being said, please support the pod. Those are free ways you can do it. If you want to get you some merch, I thought I was wearing my black quarterback shirt, but I instead wore this fly every day windbreaker. But
I like it.
Next week, I'm gonna have that black quarterback windbreaker on because the weather is getting chilly. It is time. But
welcome, Jeff.
Welcome, Jeff. He got a day off when we record. Welcome, Jeff. We appreciate you. I think that's all the housekeeping I got for this week. Oh, and also listen to Carrie the GNMKE on Cheesehead TV.
For sure.
We're drinking the beers and everything.
When are you back on the lockdown?
That's a good question. You got to find Kane.
Okay.
It's a busy man, and it's also NBA off season, so it's not everyday potting right now.
I said busy calling somebody busy. What you talking about?
Ooh.
Oh,
wait till basketball, man. All the damn aisles are gonna be all over the place.
But no, appreciate y'all support on all platforms, all different shows. So check that out
for sure.
The comments have been love on that Carry the G and MK. I'm like, yes. I saw a couple people I know. I'm like, I appreciate y'all coming through and dropping them comments. But appreciate y'all. So this week's show, it might be a light week. We're going to talk some NBA, or not NBA, NFL one things that stood out to us over the past week. We're going to talk about Team USA, some NBA rule changes, WNBA playoffs, some injury and transaction news, and a couple little other quick hitters. So, we'll get to it. So let's start. Oh, shoot. I forgot. We got a whole game. I was ready to get to the actual.
Right. Hey, let's go ahead and
let's get to it. I'm going to talk about Aaron Rodgers and everything. The game that needs a name.
I mean, shit, we can skip. If you want to skip this, we can go ahead and get to the shits.
I mean, yeah, it's up to y'all.
I like winning. So.
Here you go.
Here we go.
Okay.
All right, what you got?
What's the topic this week? What's up, Triple T?
What up,
Start off, Fab?
Isn't Kane in Boston? He very well could be. What topic you got for us for the game that needs a name?
Quarterbacks that get injured.
Jesus Christ.
Flagrant, fam. You flagrant.
Wow.
I gotta buy a flag, dog.
Wow.
You need to throw that mug on that one. Flagrant.
That was wild.
Current or former Packers?
I mean, the Packers did win this week. I feel like we could do Packers.
Okay.
All-time Packers.
Anybody's ever played for the Packers?
That works.
Kid, no.
I do.
Eric chose violence say, indeed he
Goddamn
did.
right.
How Jordan Love is better than Rodgers. Right? Oh, y'all in the comments going ham too. Okay. Game that needs a name. In case you were unfamiliar, it is a rapid fire memory game that we do to kind of start the show off. We pick a subject, as you just heard, it's Packer players all time.
Yeah.
Okay.
We will go around in some type of tech order, probably. We'll start with Eric, so it won't be true tech order. We'll go around. Everybody has to say something that relates to the topic. You can do this before the show.
My bad. I didn't realize. I ain't trying to be like Tim, man.
What's like Tim? I ain't drunk. Not yet.
The L that hit you.
Not yet.
So we go around rapid fire. You cannot repeat names, and you only get a couple seconds to answer. So that's why it's a rapid fire and a memory game because there's no repeat. So, Eric, kick us off with Packer players of all time. We'll go Eric, then myself, then Ken, then Tim, and just keep going around until there's the last person remaining.
I might kick your ass this time.
Vince Young.
Aaron Rodgers.
Javon Walker.
Jordan Love.
Brett Favre.
Greg Jennings.
Reggie White.
Antonio Freeman.
Amon Green.
Donald Driver.
Edgar Bennett.
Darnell Savage.
Dorsey Levens.
Jordy Nelson.
Matt Flynn. Let's go.
Mike McKenzie.
You said who?
Mike McKenzie.
He put the team on his back. Greg Jennings.
I said Greg Jennings.
Yeah.
Jermichael Finley.
Mark Tremillo.
No, that don't count. You better say the name right, fam.
Mark. What's the nigga Mark Tremillo?
Mark Chamora, fam.
We're gonna let him have that.
Man.
We're gonna let him have
Let's let him have that one. Go ahead.
that. Josh Myers.
Josh Sitton. Tim.
Mark Tauscher.
David Bakhtiari.
Jesus Christ.
Bubba Franks.
Zach Tom.
But we're free.
Sadie's Lewis.
William Henderson. That's
You
it.
got me.
I was gonna come back with Sam Shields just for the record.
I was going down the lineman.
I was gonna say Sam Shields.
Rob Woodson. That's what I'm saying.
He wasn't a Packer.
That's all. I don't know. Charles.
You
I
think
know,
Charles
I know it's
Woodson?
one of the Woodsons, goddamn it.
This is an Attack on Titan shirt. Scouts out there, bro.
That is? Oh, okay.
All right. Now that we all warmed up, now let's really get into
The juices are flowing.
the show for the week.
Wrong podcast.
No one said Leroy Dwayne.
Leroy.
Leroy. I knew your name is Leroy.
I'm French Leroy.
Hello.
We got the Dooch beats again, y'all. All right. Can you cut that down to like 10 for us? There we go. That's good. That's good. All right, y'all. We got some background music now. Let's get into the conversation. So, in the NBA season, I mentioned this before. So, in case you're new here, we do a one thing. You pick one thing from the past we talk about. We're applying that to the NFL season as well now.
Mm-hmm.
So, everybody has picked one thing from the opening week of games that we want to discuss here. So, oh yeah. Tim, why don't you go ahead and start us off here with what's the one thing you want to talk about from the NFL?
Well, the biggest topic of the week is Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. I'll start off by saying it's very unfortunate that Aaron got hurt because this is not the way that I wanted his season to go or end or any of that. I really was looking forward to seeing him play with the Jets. Like really looking forward to seeing how they look. And based on how the game was played yesterday, if he was there, he would be, that difference maker. Just a bad year, Aaron would be phenomenal for that team.
Yeah.
And it really sucks. It does because he didn't necessarily get a chance to show anything to anybody.
Nope.
After all the fanfare, after all the hype, after all of the storytelling, after all of the he said, she said, now we got things going. Like after everything that this offseason presented as far as the story goes, as far as if you're looking at it from an entertainment factor, as far as, just intrigue and investment into him, and then into the team, and then the Hard Knocks, and then the NFL's investment into it because they're like, no, we're going to whip this shit out here. We're going to blast it. We're going to make sure that they're talked about. They're all over the place. Like the amount of work it went into this production, so to speak, with this team, it really do suck that it ended on the fourth snap.
Yeah.
Like we really didn't chance to see anything. We wanted to see the bloodline storyline in the NFL. We wanted to see the Jets go ahead and start hawking up and actually winning. It's like folks had them for the Super Bowl for a reason, and it was because a lot of it was hope. We do hope that Rodgers go here and lead the Jets to a Super Bowl. It would be a great story. It would be a great thing, and then he can get out of some of the Brady quote unquote shadow.
shoot, he need a lot more rings to get out of that.
I understand that, but it's just the fact that he only got one is part of his issue.
He wasn't gonna get more than that ship has sailed.
But to go to another team and do what quote unquote Favre couldn't, or do what Brady did and win the Super Bowl,
Do what Peyton
Manning did, like that helps with your legacy and things of that nature. So,
especially if you can bring one to New York. The Jets ain't even made the playoffs in 12 years, so like
it would be dope. And again, if I had my same, Packers would win it, of course. You know, but it'd been Packers Jets. But
no, it's not important.
But no, it's just that sucks.
Yeah.
But the game itself, Breece Hall is a monster. Breece Hall is a monster, bro.
Actually,
Crazy.
Wait, before you get to Breece Hall, I want to go back to Aaron Rodgers here for a second here.
For sure.
Because some of y'all were disgusting. I need to just say that out loud. The way people was cheering and carrying on about the man getting hurt, like it ain't really that deep. Like, oh, this might be a career-ending injury for this man. Like, he didn't leave the Packers on necessarily bad terms with the fan base. He walked out and said, hey, y'all got a good one here with Jordan Love. Y'all should be good. Mm-hmm. You know, I got a problem with that front office. But them dudes in that locker room are cool. I appreciate Packer fans. I appreciate everything that Green Bay has given me. I just got some beef with that front office. Mm-hmm. Went into the dark. He say Shay, like Tim was saying. And now I'm in New York. And I was happy for him in New York, where it was like, live out what you want to do, man. Like, if you ain't wanted here in Green Bay because they want to move on with Jordan Love, by all means, go and be prosperous with the Jets. And it wasn't even for me about the 65% of snaps that everybody was always harking on to get that first round draft pick back from the Jets, which now will be a second round pick. But overall, like, my concern was just with Aaron Rodgers. Like, that's difficult to go through an Achilles injury at any age, to do it when you pushing 40.
Yeah.
Like,
and you was 90% retired this past offseason.
I'm saying, like, that's a lot to go through. So I do want to say well wishes to Aaron Rodgers on the injury. I feel sick for Jets fans.
Yeah.
I watched all summer how y'all was just on that.
Excited.
They was hurt.
Y'all was on that man like white on rice. Like, y'all was like, listen, like, this is the best thing ever. And I got it because I watched y'all quarterbacks over the last few years. I get it. For him to get injured right away, not even complete a pass, didn't want to see that. I just had to get that out there because the way some people were treating this injury was disgusting.
Yeah. Not cool at all.
Mm-mm.
I do hope that it's going to dispels the notion that Packers fans are classier than ever. It's like all sports fans are trash as a collective. And like, there are going to be good fans and there are going to be bad fans. Like, no fan base is better or worse than other fan bases. Like, they are all shades of terrible. So just understand that off top. Like, as far as Rodgers, like, no, I was looking forward to rooting against him. So like, I'm
looking forward to the hate.
Right. It's like,
no problem with it.
I'm not gonna say like my loyalties were divided, but it was like the silver lining of the last couple of Packers seasons was like, at least Aaron Rodgers wasn't shit. Like, so like, if they didn't win, I still had that to fall back on. So like, for me, I was looking forward to like having a villain in the league and like hate, like sports hate, like not real hate. Like, I don't want you to do.
Like, they'll go prosper in the next team without me.
I don't care about that. I just like rooting against them. Like, but I didn't want to see him get hurt because it sucks. The story sucks. Like the I hate saying narrative, but I don't want to use that word. But like, that's the best one I can think of.
Let's mute
like,
that last one.
The last comment that came. We'll catch up on the comments in a second, y'all.
But yeah, like it's disappointing to see. Like, I hadn't even had time to tap in. Like, I think I started watching Raw, and then Camille sent a message like,
he hurt.
Rodgers hurt already. I'm like, oh, well, I guess I don't have to watch that game. But yeah, no, it sucks because again, like, it's one of the most devastating injuries that you can have in sports is an Achilles. Like, that's one of the hardest things to repair, one of the hardest things to come back from. So for that to be like the way that he goes out for now, like, it's Aaron Rodgers. Like, he is fueled on hate and doubt. So I would imagine that he'll be back just because like that's his personality. But like, I would imagine he won't be the same guy coming back that he was going into this season.
And that was also part of it too, because last season I was seeing regression in his game, and I wanted to see if that carried over in New York or if that was the thumb or whatever else they wanted to blame it on. I saw one comment come through. I think it was Mark. Packers gave him the weapons that he needed. Everybody was always talking about Packers don't give Aaron Rodgers the right weapons. What the Packers invest in is an offensive line. And when we talk about Packers Bears, that is one thing that's crystal clear about what the Packers have going from them, and that is a really good offensive line. And I knew the Jets' O-line was shaky. I knew, we said it all offseason.
Yeah,
That's the thing I'm like worried about. The defense is solid.
yeah, for sure.
Got potential with the wide receiver core,
Mhm.
great running back, but that offensive line, shaky. I didn't know they was going to be shaky enough to get him hurt 4 plays into the game, but
Mhm.
like I knew he was going to be running for his life throughout this season. I didn't want it to go this way. I do see in the comments as well, Jeff mentioned the fact that the Jags have been to the playoffs more recently than the Jets. Absolutely. Yeah.
AFC
Absolutely.
Championship game.
Absolutely. Triple T forgot to take Bakhtiari with him to New York. And that was a big rumor. People were saying that Bakhtiari was going to get traded too. And the Packers were like, absolutely not. We ain't giving up our left tackle to protect our new young guy to go to the Jets and play. No, that's not going to happen. Triple T also added, he looked so happy there and it hurt my feelings. Same. Like, he was really happy. He got to bring the flag. Some of the jokes, let me just say this. Some of the jokes that they was making were out of pocket. 9/11 jokes ain't funny. I'm going to just say that right there. But what was kind of funny, someone posted the picture of him running out the tunnel with the flag, and they said, here go his full 2023 highlights. Oh,
Jesus.
and I said,
Yeah.
I said, if you're going to make fun of an injury, that's the way. You don't go the 9/11 route. That's low-hanging fruit. We don't do that. That ain't necessary.
I think I saw one that was like a clip from SpongeBob where it's like, I'm so excited, this is the best day of my life, and then it's like it cuts to an ambulance, and it was like, that's Aaron Rodgers 2023 season.
Yeah, it was all very, very quick. Titonia World said the Bears script went to the Jets by accident. It's crazy.
Did y'all see the script commercials?
I did. I love those commercials. And then Jeff added the Packers have 7 starting offensive linemen. And they do. And I said that. They got people on the bench who other teams would be like, please start for our team. So I appreciate the Packers for investing in that. But also, I think it was Dwayne had a comment just mentioning great game by the Jets, though. That's a fact.
Yeah, it was a good
That
game.
being said,
Almost tuned out. I almost tuned out
when
when I seen Zach
Wilson?
first throw. I was like,
That's
this shit is over.
bro. He wasn't ready. He was not prepared.
This shit is over.
He was like, bro, I'm finna go kill. He probably ate a hot dog, all types of stuff. Oh, this big. She was chilling.
But
I know where his helmet was at.
Exactly.
so I was watching it in the living room, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just watching it in the back. I'm gonna get ready for bed.
Mhm.
And when I said it's over, I changed it in the front, turned the TV off, shit like that. But forgot to turn it off in the back. So once I got back to the room, I was like, oh, they only down 10. I was like, they might be 10. Halftime came, so they came out. Field goal. I'm like, okay, now they with this 7, they pick. Okay, pick. Well, damn, Josh, pick. I was like, 3 to the same motherfucker. Like, come on, what you doing?
I fell asleep during the game. So when I woke up and saw that Josh Allen had 4 turnovers, I was like, what happened?
Damn near a butt fumble. Like Josh Allen was 2 of them was just like fuck it. Middle of the field down, just like bro ran under 2 of them. I'm like, damn, Allen. And then but the third one, it was clean. Bro just undercut it, came across right before the sideline, caught that motherfucker. I was like, oh. And then he turned around and fumbled. I was like, damn, dog, like that. And for it to end on a kick return or punt return. And bro hit him twice. Caught the ball, did a feint to the left. They were like, okay, so some of the team kind of leaned in that way. As he started running, he hit another feint to the left, and most of them stunk in, and he just hopped. I'm out of there. Hit that corner. I was like, ooh. As I was watching the replay, so I was like, look, bro, he hit their ass twice. The first one got half the team. The second one got the rest of them. He was like, there go my tunnel right there. And it ended up being a good ass game. Josh Allen gave it away.
That's what it kept sounding like. Not talking about the glizzies in the comments.
Mark said Josh Allen went full far.
You never go full far.
Bro, it really was like the first pick was like he just fuck it.
Fuck it, Stephon up there somewhere.
Dog caught it in the end zone in a stride. Why would you throw that? But it was a third down. So they was like, yeah, it's just as good as a punt. I was like, bro. Still.
He says, I feel you. Where it's like, I mean, I get it, but
Now 1 leads to 2, 2 leads to 3. Now you on defenses and just they on your ass. They reading everything.
One thing I want to say though, like, not to be a wet blanket on things, but like I saw this like throughout the weekend. It's like it's week 1. Like this is
Correct.
prime overreaction time.
Quintessential overreaction station. Like everybody is just jumping out the window with their takes. It's like a lot of these dudes either didn't play preseason or barely played preseason. Like they're still easing in things. So I wouldn't take too much away from week 1.
Yeah.
One way or the other. Like if somebody looked like a lot of the quarterbacks look bad. Like Patrick Mahomes didn't look great.
Nope.
That was more interesting.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson didn't look great. Joe Burrow looked terrible.
Jalen
Josh
Hurts.
Allen didn't look good. Jalen Hurts. Like a lot of these people are still like getting into the groove of things. So I would say like take everything that you saw this weekend, save for the injuries with a grain of salt. Like don't jump out the window. Like Josh Allen isn't terrible. I thought he was overrated before this, but I don't think
he's very turnover prone.
I said that last week though. That's why I was like the
did.
Bills. I'm like I don't know. But like I wouldn't say this is like, oh my god, he's terrible now. Like he's
no. It's just
the bad side of Favre. Like
let me
it put a limelight on that part, like the spotlight on that portion of
his game. Yeah, and that's part of the rumors that were around Stephon Diggs in the offseason when he was like, I think our window is light.
And this nigga just throwing it to everybody.
I didn't say that. And then you watch this game and you be like, but did you say it? I could see why.
Is this what he was doing in practice?
I could see why you might. Let me ask y'all this though, with the Jets and Aaron Rodgers' injury and whatnot, with Zach Wilson coming in, I did hear that the Jets are apparently bringing in some veteran quarterbacks to just kind of take a look. Do y'all still think the Jets can make the playoffs in this AFC conference without Aaron Rodgers as their quarterback?
Before I answer, like you said, some veteran quarterbacks. Like, are there any names?
There were no names associated with the report that I saw. There have been articles saying like, "Here's who's on the market," but like, I don't know who.
Yeah. Okay.
The main ones would be like Carson Wentz, Colt McCoy.
If Matt Ryan want to come back out of retirement,
Tom Brady, if he want to come back out of retirement.
I would imagine the Jets are probably the last place that Tom Brady's going to go to.
I mean, he could say fuck Bill Belichick. Go to the Jets, but it's just one of those things. Like as the Jets,
I'm pretty sure no fan bases call him more slurs than the Jets. So.
Probably, but it's like kind of like the Lakers when they got LeBron.
I was gonna say when the Vikings got Favre, like it
hated him until he was there.
Exactly.
Now that you're here, hey, we love you.
That's how it goes.
Come here,
because they only hate him because he's great. Yeah. I did just see this quote and it made me sad. Garrett Wilson was talking about Aaron Rodgers and he said, quote, "It really hurt my heart. Aaron told me, sorry, kid." Like, dang, that's sad as like, it's like, sorry, fam. Like,
because they probably did feel like they went into the season like so amped.
They did.
Like, fam, we got Aaron Rodgers for like he arguably is the GOAT. And then to see him hurt and be like, damn, like
Garrett Wilson
might be over.
At a career year.
That would be like the Lakers getting LeBron and then him like doing a Gordon Hayward first game of the season. You know what I mean? Like that would have
real tears, fam.
Yeah. That's why I feel for the Jets fan base. I think that defense is so good.
Yeah, her defense is amazing.
They possibly can, but again, they in the same division with the Bills, with the Dolphins, like and the Patriots. But the Patriots, I don't think they on that level. But it's gonna be tough for them.
I think Zach can pull it together.
Didn't we see this story last week?
Hey man, I feel like hopefully he learned enough under Rodgers. Huh?
Well, but my biggest thing with Rodgers is the fact that let's just say, okay, he decides to stay on the sideline for the rest of this to help Zach out. That would be huge for him. He probably still could. You could see a maturity to his game just from that alone. Just from him pointing out things in film, pointing out things.
Coaching him.
Yeah, like really helping him out and coaching him up. He could, in essence, help him improve this year as well. If he's on the sideline. So much you can do. That's just hypothetical.
I was like, yes and no, because like I don't know. Like there are good teachers and then there are good doers. And like I don't know what Rodgers is. Like he could be like one of those people that leads by example and like Zach Wilson would have been able to pick up like study habits and footwork and all the things that you have to like watch somebody.
Don't pick up Rodgers.
Like, Jordan Love like said, like just sitting behind him and watching and seeing like how he prepares for the game. Like all that stuff was like vital to his education.
And you see some Rodgersness in his game a little bit, like
but like I don't know if that necessarily translates to just like sitting on the sideline and like, hey, you should watch it there instead of there. Like I don't know if that's necessarily as advantageous. Like it's a great player, so there's probably something to learn there, but I don't know how much.
So real quick, Tim already kind of talked about it. Can you think that you said the Jets can make the playoffs without Aaron Rodgers, or
no? They have. I don't feel like they can make the playoffs, but I feel like we can't like count them out saying that they're done completely. Like their defense is already really well. The defense is great, and then they have a really good running back. Like it's gonna fall. We will have to just see the maturity of Zach Wilson and just
see how that goes.
He has to turn into more of like the game manager, more like an Alex Smith type,
or like a number 2
quarterback.
He ain't gonna be that.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree with you. I think that the Jets gonna be kind of in contention throughout, but I think they eventually don't. I don't know. The Dolphins came out looking pretty great.
I was gonna say they still got to fix that offensive line because
it's not gonna change. So that is what it is. Did you have any other thoughts on the Jets Bills game you wanted to get off, sir, before we move on to the next topic of the week?
I got Garrett Wilson on my fantasy team, so I'm really hoping that he has a good year still. He's still I think he did hit a grand last year with Zach Wilson and Mike White. Mike White came in. He had a couple games, so he was cooking. But I wish that offense the best of luck. I do not think that they're going to make the Super Bowl now that Rodgers is no longer there.
No.
But it's going to be fun to see if they can make the playoffs.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks Garrett had 1,100 yards last year.
Oh yeah.
Between Mike White and Zach Wilson. So hopefully if there's any improvements of Zach Wilson's game, Garrett still will have a monster year.
The Jets also do have Cook. They have a backfield of Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook.
Breece Hall was running all over the fucking.
He had the one really big run. It was like 80-some yards after that.
83. They caught his ass at the end.
that was an impressive
He was gone,
run,
bro. Damn, it would have been 100 yards had he with the entire way. The shit was crazy.
And he finished the game like 112 yards or something like that. So like a bulk of it was from that one big play. But yeah, the kid is talented. Okay, Eric, what's your one thing this week?
So sfgate.com released
I feel kind of drunk already, y'all.
Oh, here you go.
Released a statistical analysis of quarterback draft picks from the period of 2010 to 2022.
Right.
And it found that NFL teams were chronically underrating black quarterbacks in the draft process. Pull up my notes.
Why you putting up your notes? Listen to Craig in the comments, y'all.
Out.
Everybody in the comments. Hit that like button.
Do it.
Hit that like button.
Appreciate you, Craig.
Appreciate you, Craig.
Thank you, Craig.
Like I'm feeling like like my stomach is getting warm from this beer. I'm not even halfway through this beer, y'all. My stomach is warm.
You wildin',
My eyes like they're getting low.
Here you go, dog.
That L sticking up on it, boy.
This carry the G, fam, is carrying me.
But it found that quarterbacks selected in those drafts, so again, 2010 to 2022, had 4 times better odds of reaching at least one Pro Bowl if they were black.
Wait, say that again.
So quarterbacks had 4 times better odds of reaching the Pro Bowl if they were black versus non-black.
Interesting.
Yes. So it says that the average black quarterback was more likely to receive at least one Pro Bowl selection than the average non-black quarterback selected 66 or roughly 66 picks or roughly 2 rounds earlier. So like a black quarterback in the 4th round had the same likelihood of being a Pro Bowler as a white quarterback in the 2nd round.
Okay.
Sorry, what else? So like they were trying to figure out like what some of the reasons for that might be aside from racial bias or like the main thing is racial bias in front offices and the scouting process. But like how does that manifest? So like one of the thoughts was that black quarterbacks probably aren't even getting into the draft pool unless they're amazing. So like only the top of the top are even considered for draft picks. The way that manifests is like basically no quarterbacks are selected after like no black quarterbacks are selected after 3rd or 4th rounds. Where it's like mediocre quarterbacks, they'll be like, oh, I'll give him a shot. Maybe he'll be a great backup for me in 1 year.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What about light skin? Still black.
Still black, my brother. So 1 in 3 signal callers drafted between rounds 1 and 3 were black, so that's 32%. But less than 11% of black quarterbacks were drafted. Of quarterbacks drafted were black between rounds 5 and 7. So, like I said, like nobody's getting drafted later in the draft. What else? So, like some examples of like black quarterbacks necessarily, being drafted. I'm sorry. One example of black quarterbacks being drafted after what their talent suggests is like Patrick Mahomes went 10, and he's like possibly the greatest quarterback ever, or on that track. What's his name? Lamar Jackson was the 32nd pick, like fell to the back of the draft. Baker Mayfield was the number 1 pick in that draft. Like
Baker, man.
He was supposed to be that dude.
Heisman Trophy winner, like did everything that he needed to do in college. Bill Polian. There were general managers saying like he should switch positions, and he's an MVP quarterback. Like
he's just a running back.
That's the type of bias that they're going up against. Like Russell Wilson was a 3rd round pick. They can blame it on he's short, but Drew Brees was also short.
Russell Wilson was cold in Wisconsin
and in North Carolina State. Like it's not like he came out of nowhere. Like he has a track record that didn't mean shit when he went through the draft process.
Arguably Wisconsin's greatest quarterback.
Yeah,
it's not a high bar.
And like the way that affects black quarterbacks going through one way that affects black quarterbacks going through their careers, like it depresses their earnings, like their career earnings over the span of their career. So like for example, they get less money up front because they're drafted lower. And then they found that the halo effect of like high draft picks goes away sooner for black quarterbacks. So whereas a Mitchell Trubisky, a Daniel Jones, whoever like mediocre white quarterback gets drafted early in the draft, like the sheen of he's a high draft pick, he's talented, maybe we can unlock him, like that lasts like 10 to 13 years for white quarterbacks, where they kind of wears off after like 6 or 7 years for black quarterbacks. For example. So again, like it was very interesting. I would say like go through it. Like it's all I'm stumbling over my words because there's so much information to digest.
You said the article was from where?
sfgate.com.
sfgate.com. Check that out, y'all.
That is interesting. I didn't know that was.
I'm gonna have to actually read the article myself. Okay. Canon, the one
Mark
thing
makes counts as black.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes' daddy made the one thing that Ken and I have, they mirror each other here. It's 2 sides of the same coin, right? So my NFL one thing this week was wow.
Okay.
Look at Jordan Love, fam.
Slanging it.
Look at these Packers, fam.
Well, yeah, yo.
Look at these Green Bay Packers beating the Bears by 18 points. They blew the game open in the second half.
And it wasn't even that close.
It really wasn't. No. They kept Fields in garbage time to get him over 200 yards passing. First of all, I'm sorry, but I gotta say these things.
You have to apologize to him first. I'm sorry, but these things have to be said. It's not an insult, it's just a fact of life.
This happened.
Yeah.
Y'all spend all this money on y'all offense, on y'all defense. Yeah. DJ Moore brought him in.
I got someone.
Big to do about DJ Moore.
We got a pass to him.
Big to do about. Listen.
We under new ownership now.
Between DJ Moore and Clay Chase Poole, they only had 4 targets the entire game, and y'all was losing the whole second half.
Exactly. How we got the weapons, but they throwing to him.
Can he throw
the ball?
Hey, bro.
That's the problem. That was the problem last year.
One thing I noticed in this game,
he threw 37 times.
And yeah,
how many times were past the line of scrimmage?
Not that many, fam. He did not air that mug out too often. But one of the things I noticed big time in this game, games are, we always say, it's one in the trenches, right? The offensive line and defensive line, they are going to set the tone for the game. Let me tell y'all started off with a rough one going against that Packers front 7, because not only was Rashawn Gary out there along with Kenny Clark.
Boy, they was walling. They was pressing them up.
Our young bulls, our rooks even got them some sacks. Lucas Van Ness chased down Justin Fields on one
moving,
possession.
bro.
I'm like, Justin Fields definitely thought he ain't gonna catch me. And next thing you knew, he was getting thrown to the ground.
He was moving. I was like, him and Devontae Wyatt sack.
Wyatt, Carl Brooks. Listen, the Packers had like 4 sacks. They could have had double that, but Justin Fields is shifting. I will give him that. That man be moving and grooving. And we all know the Packers struggle against mobile quarterbacks. So to see what they did against Justin Fields, I was like, I'm with that. Like, that's some good defense. Joe Barry, a couple more games like this, I might believe in you, brother.
Started off shaky though. Like there was some, like I feel like the first quarter.
They kept him to 3 though. Defense kept him to 3.
They did.
They let him score in the first half.
They didn't break.
Yep.
But there's some questionable.
It's gonna happen.
I'm like, not this shit again.
I had more questions about the offensive play calling than I had defensive because I was like, first possession of the game, it's like, okay, cool. Aaron Jones, touchdown. That man didn't see the ball the rest of the first half. No wonder it went into half. No wonder the halftime score was 10-6.
I was like, yo, what is this? Why are we throwing it to AJ Dillon?
Some of the same things that we saw in the past reared their ugly heads for the Packers. 1, not using Aaron Jones a lot. 2, time management problems. Why are we calling timeout this early, fam?
Why y'all letting the clock run down at the end of the second half? Like 20 seconds, chilling.
Jordan Love came off the field pissed at Matt LaFleur, like, bro, get the play in.
That's on him too, though. Like, if he don't let 20 seconds tick either.
He was waiting for the call. It never came. LaFleur said after the game, he said Jordan was actually kind of mad at me about that. That was on me.
Aaron would have cussed his ass out.
He would have. Second half starts, they start giving the ball back to Aaron Jones.
We start moving.
They start taking off. Like, it's 2 touchdowns back to back. The pick 6 from Quay Walker, like, that man ran about 70 yards to go about 35.
Hey, that's all right.
When he bounced off that tackle,
rip through that motherfucker.
I don't know
back
who
around. Jersey go.
Like, they did not practice tackling.
Get off of me.
Listen.
You on offense. Who you trying to tackle?
I stepped outside for a moment to step on the balcony. And I'm watching the game through the glass, so I can't hear it. And I look down on my watch, and I see a text from the mister, and it just say, they booing the Bears. I said, turn it up. Let me come back in and hear this. Turn it up. The Boo Birds was out in Soldier Field for the Bears. Bears fans really thought.
Really
thought
hey,
I
was hating.
They said, hey, Favre gone. That's old news. Then here come Rodgers. He old news too.
Thought I was hating.
And they were all so geeked, like, it's finally a new decade, a new era. We about to run the North.
Tried to told you.
Justin Fields, the best quarterback in the NFC North.
Y'all ain't got shit, bro. We got a whole new squad.
Nah, fam. Y'all was talking all summer. All summer. And I kept my mouth closed. I said, you know what? We're going to see week 1 how this all shake out. But I do want to say this, not dissing the Bears here. All Candy can do is look away. That's right, KG.
I can't do that.
During the preseason, one thing about Jordan Love that stood out to me was how he always seemed to be very poised. He didn't ever seem to be frazzled. Like, he started off every drive in the preseason kind of shaky, and you're like, he come back out like touchdown, long drive, whatever the case may be. And we saw those same characteristics in him in this game against the Bears. The man was money on 3rd down. When they went for it on 4th down, the man was money. He did not shrink in the big moments. He came through the ball. He completed passes to 6 different receivers without Christian Watson out there. Listen, man, I'm excited about these Packers. They're young. They're going to make some mistakes like we saw. A lot of penalties. But that's part of the growing pains. I'm excited to see how things go. And starting off week 1 with a win over the Bears, I can't ask for anything more.
Boy.
Go ahead, Ken. Talk about your Bears now. Go ahead, sir. I'm going to drink my Carry the G, celebrating this victory.
Let's make sure we won't bring no L's back. She was a little long-winded on this.
Take all of it.
No, man. Hey,
Yo, we go into the Panthers.
I see that.
You saw who?
Tariq Cohen.
Him and joystick.
Go ahead.
The biggest takeaway from this game was we are trash.
Wow.
I tried to tell you.
I told them off pod that I was like, I needed to be humbled as a Bears fan.
That game did it.
And that game absolutely did it.
Wait, the last 30 years didn't do it?
No,
bro, they've been talking.
This one is different.
Yeah,
I told
this
you
one
they've been
different.
talking crazy.
This one is different.
Because like,
been talking
you gotta
crazy.
realize, like, in our minds, like, as soon as we're like, bro, Aaron Rodgers gone, it's open, baby. It's a new day.
Ooh, not you.
It's a new day. We out here.
Nigga, y'all had the first pick in the draft.
Hey,
Y'all sucked. Last in every damn thing. Did they say here take the best dude
They say
in the
no.
draft? Y'all traded him for more picks. Cool. Just because you're trash and got better don't mean you still don't suck.
hey, man.
That's a bar.
That's a bar. That's a bar.
Been trying to tell y'all this shit. I've been hating.
Look at
I
Ken's
mean,
face.
you were hell- like,
I
two
said they
games
got a
ago.
better offensive line, but the shit still ain't that good. Guess what happened? That pocket collapsed.
Over and over and over again.
Damn near every height. Justin Fields had to get little as fuck, literally, on several occasions, because he had no time to breathe. He caught the ball and, said, and had to skedaddle, my guy. He had no chances. 250 pounders laying on him. Y'all had better offensive linemen, yes, but they aren't good yet. Tries to told him. Y'all got two linebackers that are great in a great defense. They by themselves. They got nobody around them.
Tim is preaching triple T.
Who they got around them? You want them to cover the field. You want them to stop the pass, stop the run,
Ken
blitz.
Face, fam.
And then these last second touchdowns supposed to be the two niggas that y'all just signed, right? That's all I'm saying.
Hey, dude can't save you, fam. Dude can't save you, fam.
That's all I'm saying. They've been talking shit all off season. All off season. Y'all ain't got shit. Rodgers gone. Jordan Love can't play. He can't throw a motherfucking ball. I can't wait to stump y'all ass out. All off season.
Can we talk about basketball?
Brian Poole is the greatest in Bears history for GM.
When
Look what he's
basketball
done.
season start, man.
Cole Kmet got a new contract.
Man.
We picked up Mercedes Lewis.
Jesus Christ, man. I'm over this already. I'm over this. Hey, if it's gonna be like this every week, I ain't coming back, goddammit.
Hey, look, y'all nigga Gakwe got a sack. And Gakwe got a sack. I
If
said
it's
he's
gonna be
gonna
like this
pick up.
every week, it's gonna be TEC in this motherfucker. Because the K ain't gonna be here. I ain't for this.
I'm just saying, bro. I've been chilling. I've been getting called a hater because I ain't really been on y'all ass.
Hey, man.
Y'all niggas lost 11 straight.
Hey, man.
Going back
Yeah,
to last
man.
season.
11 straight.
We won what, the first two and lost the rest?
Y'all can't even remember the last time you won.
Okay, fam.
Y'all still celebrating that
No,
shit.
that was the game we was splat. That was the rain game where it was a tsunami in that bug.
To Eric's point about week one overreactions, the Bears beat the 49ers last week in week one.
Yeah. Man.
Wayne said somebody saved Ken.
I said, damn, Debo stole him out.
They've been killing, bro. They've been killing me. Oh, I'm just like, all right, we're gonna wait till this game, bro. Because I kept saying we have a defense full of first round picks.
Yep.
We have our entire
Tim hype
defense
now. Tim
is
hype
first
now.
round picks, and the cats that's on the team that's not a first round pick are
He hype now.
undrafted because they that cold.
He rolling out. I'm about to hype him up.
I like
LeBron James wants to represent.
LeBron James on his throne a G. God damn it. Because this was what y'all needed to see.
Wow.
This is what y'all needed. Y'all needed that ass with just one time.
Ain't happened.
It's gonna happen again.
It looks
When
like
we look at the schedules, I gave y'all 2 L's.
it. Looks like it.
Jeff said hit the button on like his PTI. Turn.
Hey, man.
But I'm glad that y'all understand where y'all are now, and then the rest of the season y'all can live in reality. Y'all not finna win many games. Y'all didn't last year. Y'all not this year. But the ones that y'all do, look for the improvement. The ones that y'all don't, good luck next time, my nigga.
I don't know, man.
It's gonna be a long season. Cause Justin Fields still gotta throw the damn ball. Y'all got a cold wide receiver. He gotta throw it.
He can't throw it. He threw 37 times, bro. Was throwing like 5
He was
yards.
accurate at one point, and then all of a sudden he wasn't.
But he running. I mean, our offensive line trash, man.
He gonna get 1,000 yards again this
Like,
year.
okay, I have never been like so disappointed, bro. Like I was watching this game and I was just like, I was geeked, like, let's do it. And then like when Jordan Love threw the first touchdown, I was like, oh, happy for him. Like, all right, black man, sir. All right, black man. Then he came down. I'm like, all right, now you doing a little too much out here, though. You need to relax. Hey man, Tim.
KG said came out to grab a chair.
I'm throw the hat in the air. That's what that. But no, Tim is right, bro. I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing. Like we look trash, and those boos were well deserved.
They were deserved
because we look horrible. We literally look like the worst team in the NFL, and that's trash.
Well, the Giants got blown out.
I'm gonna say the Giants
did have. I forgot about Giants.
At least y'all put up the points.
Yeah, we did score.
Damn shame. Grown ass man can't light up the scoreboard, bro.
But no, I mean, as a Bear fan, like now it's just like, what the fuck do we like? What do we do?
It's week 1.
Yeah, and I know that, but like again, like jumping out the window and everything, but like look at it though.
And like, don't y'all have a bunch of injuries on the offensive line?
Yeah, we do.
Like one major one, and then had to do some shuffling.
Yeah, but we still, it's not proven though. We still don't know who they really are anyway.
Let me add this in here as well about the Bears. I do feel that you were overzealous about their prospects.
I was
this season. To go from 3 wins to the playoffs is a lot.
He said 11 wins.
That's a lot. That's a big turnaround.
Then he settled at 9.
Yeah, I know I settled.
Y'all had 2.
I settled a little.
3. They had 3 last year.
We can get 7.
That's a big turnaround, right? This season, I know the NFC North is wide open, so everybody feels they got a shot. Again, it's been 1 week, but really for the Bears this season, it's about development. So, like, look at it from a different frame point.
Drive a different road. Learn over there. Stay out my way. Yeah.
Dang, Jeff said, can we regulate the Bears to the CFL? You know what?
They can go run around the NFL Europe.
All right. Well, I think you've had enough. Why don't you have some more of this Carry the G beer?
Oh, hell no, I want that shit. I flipped this table. You see,
like one thing I tweeted out during the game, and you already touched on it a little bit, but it's like just seeing the difference between how much time Jordan Love had and how much time the Packers spent in the Bears backfield on defense. It's like it was night and day. And like nobody can really be successful when they're running for their lives every
play.
Exactly.
Every snap is like pressure. And it's like you get to the point where you start seeing goals. So even when there isn't pressure, you're like, I gotta get rid of this ball.
And that's how he plays. Yeah. That's how he's been playing.
He was throwing something like, what is he seeing?
His mental clock just like, I have to move. Yeah, I gotta move.
Everybody played tag before, right? You ever been chased and tagged? And then you feel the fingers close to tagging your ass on the back of your neck. That was just the Fields all game. He felt fingers close to grabbing his ass on the back of his neck all game. Ooh. No, he ain't get fingers. That's a lot. That's a lot going on there, sir. I'm sorry. I can't. We can't go down there. I'm driving on another road too. I'm not on that one either.
So next week, to wrap this up, next week the Packers have the Falcons in Atlanta, and the Bears are playing. Who are y'all playing next week? I hope it ain't the Chiefs.
No, I hope not, Mark. Why are you talking about 500 yards for Patrick
Y'all
Mahomes?
got the Buccaneers next week.
A Baker throwing for 350.
Did you see Baker?
Bro,
he went back.
I was saying Mike Evans got him another touchdown.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I always forget.
They got receivers still.
Yeah, I always forget. They got
Godwin
too.
Yeah. So I see KG in the comments said, did you guys see the J Love comparison to A Rod in their first the Bears? Definitely did. And I will say, with that comparison, one thing that stood out to me was, again, how accurate Aaron Rodgers always has been throughout his career.
Dude.
It is unreal, the accuracy that man has had throughout his career. And one thing about Jordan Love that I've missed with Aaron Rodgers the last few years is the man, Jordan Love, will throw across the middle of the field. He will attack your defense. Rodgers settled for a lot of checkdowns, a lot of out to the sideline passes and whatnot, but you're seeing Jordan Love attack that middle of the field. It's beautiful to see.
I will say there's one thing that happened.
Last comment. Wrap it up, Tim.
Okay. There's one thing that happened on Sunday that I was hoping was Rodgers' light. He threw the bomb downfield. And so when he reared back and threw it, I was hoping it was going to be one of those moments kind of how we had with Rodgers, like, oh, what he see? It was the first moment for me where I was like, okay, is Is it gonna be a
Rodgers or is it far?
right? Exactly. Is it Josh Allen or is it gonna be Aaron? You know. But yeah, and it ended up being. It was
just Jordan Love. He missed the play.
Yeah, it was an okay throw, but it wasn't one where I was like, nah, I ain't gonna trust if he sees something, he gonna let it go, and we're just gonna trust it. Like it's still one of those.
You gotta earn that.
I want it. But that was the fun part about Aaron. Like when we got to that point, once we got to the point that we realized, oh no, he actually seeing some shit. It was like, yep, let that bitch go.
Like maybe once he gets Watson back,
that's a
and
big
Dobbs
is fully healthy.
Mm-hmm. Like that might enter the repertoire because I forgot who it was that he threw the ball to, but like they got lost.
It was Musgrave.
There you go.
It looked kind of like Musgrave might have ran kind of the
like
wrong way, but also kind of like Aaron. I don't like Jordan kind of overthrew it. I couldn't really tell who was at fault in that play, but
Jordan should just put the damn ball on him.
He tried to.
He overshot him by like 7 yards.
But apparently he thought he was going to run the route a different way to where the ball was going to be at. So it was a miscommunication between two young dudes who are learning how to play together. That's going to happen.
Greg Olsen said like he flattened out the route and Love expected him to go.
Yeah. So he threw it where he was supposed to be, now exactly where
he
putting
thought,
the ball on.
Let's say where he thought he would be.
Right.
We don't know where he was supposed to be, but that ain't where he thought he was.
Again, upfield is a touchdown.
Yeah.
To the sideline is probably
out of bounds.
Tipped up.
Okay. All right. We're done with NFL this weekend.
Thank you.
My bad, bro. Like it wasn't just you; it was the rest of the Bears.
It was like all the Bears fans brought it out of Tim. You could tell
they've been talking shit all season. I've been telling y'all.
Hurt this man's feelings. Look at his face.
I've been telling y'all they've been talking shit all off season. Kim and giggling, snickling,
like
chuckling.
Tim got angry for it.
No rebuttal.
Nah, ain't nothing to say with that.
I can't wait till you just know.
But week 18 is gonna be different.
Hell no. I ain't gonna show up. I think it's sweet.
You're gonna try to break the rushing record that week.
Well, hey, listen, we don't see the Bears again until the last week of the season, so until that time, good luck. I hope y'all beat the Vikings and the Lions every time y'all play them.
Yeah.
How about that? Does that
rooting
work
for y'all then?
Bear down.
Cheer. LeBron James. He wants to represent Team USA at the 2024 Paris Olympics. And he's apparently spearheading a group of future Hall of Famers, including Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, getting them to commit to the team as well. And just in case you may be wondering, like, hey, why would LeBron say that now? Team USA did lose its final 2 games in the FIBA World Cup, and they failed to medal in the World Cup. Now, there are some people who are acting like this is a travesty, a sham mockery.
How dare you?
And why don't the USA send real players to play in the World Cup? And my response to that is, because it's the World Cup. It's not the Olympics. That is not where you're going to see the best of the best. The only year we didn't see that was 2004, and we saw what happened. But the stars will come out for the Olympics. And they usually do. And LeBron is saying, hey, I'm going to be there for 2024 in Paris. Is
it going to be like that time where he said, I'm preliminarily putting my name in for the dunk contest next year?
He was hoping everybody forgot about that.
I feel like he wants this last feather in his cap for his career.
I have a
here we go.
Conspiracy, brother. What's the conspiracy, brother?
So
see what I did there?
Yeah.
So Steph Curry has never been on Team USA, or at least for the Olympics. I think
it was a World Cup.
Yeah, he was a World Cup player.
So he's never been on the Olympic team.
Right.
Steve Kerr is the Olympic coach.
Right.
I think it was all but guaranteed that Steph is probably going to be on the team next year.
Because his coach is there.
Mm-hmm. And he's never won a gold medal. Like, there are reasons, and this is probably his last shot.
And actually, 4 more years from now, that they...
Like, he's still elite now. We can't guarantee that he'll be elite 5 years from now, because 4 plus 1
right.
We still LeBron has never like, if LeBron has one rival from this era of basketball, it's Steph Curry. Like, they met in the finals 4 times. Like, he probably feels like Steph got 2 or 3 of his rings. Like, there's
definitely
like, they act cool, but I think there's definitely like there's some stuff there. So like, if Steph goes next year and he gets his gold medal, then he gets the spotlight, all that stuff. LeBron sees it like, nope, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna overshadow you. I'm gonna suck up some of the oxygen in that room. Like,
it's gonna be Steph and LeBron. You know what I mean? Like it ain't just gonna be the Steph show. So I think that's probably that, and he likes being Captain Save-A-Ho for Team USA.
I feel that.
So
Mark added in the comments that Book is thinking about. I think the USA Olympic team is going to be
I think it's
stacked.
Dude. And I think Giannis probably go play for Greece next year too.
He wanted to do the World Cup. He was just hurt.
Yeah, I think him coming back, and then Serbia gonna have Jokic in them.
Yeah, I mean everybody shows up for the Olympics.
That's why
like,
it's
they
gonna be
gotta qualify.
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
They gotta qualify, but like
Greece
everybody
might
will
not
be
make
there that can be.
Yeah, Greece might not make it. This nigga getting. That's the. I think we've already used that image before for a previous one, but
No, sorry for the people that obviously aren't privy.
in our group
Can't
chat.
just send us a group chat message that's just Adrian Bronner saying, "I'm getting cooked."
He's still. We talk about NBA now. He's still thinking about that Bears lashing.
Good, man.
The lashing.
Barbecue chicken on this piece, man.
This man looked to douche to save him.
Hey, oh,
He said it ain't the Lakers.
Jeez.
He said it ain't the Lakers, fam.
Oh,
Got nothing to do
boy.
with it. I'm sorry, kid.
Are you?
You've been waiting, bro. It's all good.
Are you really?
It just all came out.
Yes, Mark. Team USA has qualified.
Yeah, that's why the World Cup was kind of like a, hey, let the young dudes who we already know where we're gonna be at next year. So it is what it is.
Apparently, Steve Kerr said he wants Brooke Lopez on there.
According to Jeff, I could see why you might want that, especially seeing some of these teams with the size they have.
Jaren
And
Jackson
also-
was not the answer.
Boy, he's staying in foul trouble.
Again, this is why I had a problem with Jaren Jackson Jr. being Defensive Player of the Year over Brooke Lopez. How can you be Defensive Player of the Year when you can barely stay on the court? You always in foul trouble, brother. It showed up again. Sorry, Dwayne made me laugh in the comments. He said, Timberlake, I'm sorry, Charlie Murphy.
it's an accident.
Having too much fun.
Having too much.
He was having too much fun, though. I could see it. He was rolling. I couldn't even cut him off. I had to let him go off the leash. But no, I think Team USA gonna be fine. Like, I'm not worried about it.
Like Mark keeps pointing out, like all these players that are considering playing. It's like the NBA. I mean, the USA doesn't have a talent problem.
No.
In basketball, like the world has gotten better.
Yep.
For sure. And like you can't just like roll out any team and expect to win a gold medal. But like if the best players from the US play, like they're going to win and they're going to be stacked and they're like it's not going to be a problem.
30-point blowouts.
Yep.
Right. They can't just like throw all-stars out there with no rhyme or reason, but like if the best players play, like they don't have the issues that this team had, which was rebounding, interior defense.
They did have Walker Kessler on the bench the whole time, and I was like, I mean, some of these matchups, I was like, y'all can just throw this man out here for a little, like just a couple minutes. Let's see what he can do. Jeff said AD can't do the whole Olympics without getting hurt.
Don't be that way.
I mean, Ken's already having bad.
Yeah, we can't. We're not going. We can't pile on the AD stuff. Ken's already had enough from the Bears loss this week.
Real damn about to pat this nigga on
Sorry, bro. Like,
the.
we can't talk about Lakers getting hurt. That's too much. This man will walk out of this room. But no, I don't have any worries about Team USA myself.
If anything, the Lakers will be out there recruiting like a motherfucker.
Oh, one last thing. Anthony Edwards is a guy.
Yep.
Yes.
Certified. Like that's
He'll be there next year.
He probably will.
He'll be on the
He
team.
earned that. He earned that. Ant-Man was cooking. They was talking about Steve Kerr was talking to him like, like D-Wade came off the bench and everything when we had Kobe. He's like, ain't no Kobe here. I'm not doing that. It's mine.
He ain't Kobe. Defensive Player of the Year, jump, nigga.
I swear he said nigga in that clip, but no one wanted to transcribe that. I heard a nigga in that clip when they was in practice.
Nigga on, I think it was Jimmy said nigga on SmackDown. I'll find the clip, but like they slowed it down. It's like he had a Booker T moment.
It happens. It hasn't happened to me at work or anything like that. But it happens to some people. I pray to God it don't happen to me now. That I said it.
See?
I'm in a staff meeting just randomly. You know that nigga said? My bad. I didn't mean to say it. My bad, y'all. I didn't mean to say that in this environment. Okay. The NBA Board of Governors is expected to vote this week on a new policy that says a team is unable to rest 2 star players in the same game. And the NBA will have the ability to sanction teams with bigger financial fines for violations of these new resting rules.
Interesting.
Sorry. Can we backtrack one? Because that just reminded me. Germany won, Serbia was second, Canada was third in the World Cup.
No,
Go ahead.
Shay.
Oh, we already knew that.
Big.
If you listen to Tech File, if you've been listening, you heard us all last season. Eric was the first one to kind of be like, yo, SGA is for real. Like, listen to Tech File, man. We gonna get y'all up on some up and coming players before they actually get there.
I can't help you with NFL, but NBA, I'll be on it.
Good point.
Anyway, sorry. Board of Governors.
Yes. So they're gonna put new rules in effect to, try to curb teams from resting star players. We'll see how this actually works out.
Reduce the goddamn game.
They're not gonna do
everything that you're doing is trying to skirt around the problem, which is you play too many games. So they gotta rest their players.
They can't reduce the dollars, Eric.
They gonna start finding people's ass reducing dollars.
No, they getting money.
No, they getting. Hey, get your ass on the court.
I'm talking about the teams themselves.
They don't care about them teams.
They're the ones that make up the collective bargaining agreement and all that shit. Like they're in control of it. No, I get it. Like it's not feasible, but again, like you're trying to do all these things. It all feels like optics, like just to make it seem like you're doing something. Because like every time the NBA introduces some new emphasis or whatever, like it's in effect for a month, and then shit goes back to normal, like flopping.
That was disappointing.
A long time ago.
That was disappointing. I really had high hopes for that flopping rule coming in, and nothing came from that.
They called Jordan Poole for like 6 carries in a game, and by the end of the season, like everybody was still dribbling like they were dribbling. Like
NBA players carry too much for them to actually call every carry.
That's why they gotta call it.
No, it's too many. Like if I watch the Bucks every game. That nigga Giannis be carrying every game. He dribbles like this. He's too big. This is how he dribble. Like they don't get that out the game. That's just part of it at this point. Unless it's blatant, where they really like under the ball and bringing it over, they not gonna call that. They ain't gonna do it.
The N1.
Right. Street ball. Speaking of, Kim, when are you gonna get on 2K24, man? When you gonna make this character?
They on your heels.
Hey, I just downloaded.
So we can be on the same team. How about that?
Oh, this weekend we can do that.
Okay.
I'll be on it.
Tim, you gonna be around this weekend?
I'll be on.
Yeah, I'll be around.
Okay, bet. We are here.
There we go. Look for some Tech File NBA 2K.
Can players fight on there?
You can't be Anthony Mason out here on the game, man.
Clothesline.
Always fight. Okay. Can't take him nowhere. If you need help making your player too, hit me up. Like call me when you about to do it.
What you making, bro?
He making a guard.
You making what?
I'm making a guard.
He gonna make Kobe.
Am I?
You gonna
You
try?
said that's what you said. Unless you change your mind.
I want a 3.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite 3?
Because I thought she was running 2.
I'm guard, so I'm gonna handle the ball.
Who's your favorite 3?
Tim made a center.
Like KD.
It's hard to make KD on 2K.
Yeah, I know.
You can't really do it.
That's my favorite. Or I was gonna say Melo.
Really, you just want a scoring 3.
Basically, Melo.
We can do that. We can do that. Okay.
I'm here for buckets.
We can do that. Let's see what else we have on the docket. The WNBA playoff matchups are set. Kicks off tomorrow on Wednesday. Listen, all I'm gonna say is I didn't really get the chance to watch the WNBA throughout this regular season. But all I know is that I need the Aces and the Liberty to take care of business so the finals can be the Las Vegas Aces against the New York Liberty. That is the matchup I'm here for.
Yeah, that'd be a great series.
They have already played each other like 5 or 6 times this season with the Commissioner's Cup and everything. There's bad blood between the teams. I needs it.
Liberty got they lick.
I needs it. Triple T said Tatum, or not Tatum. He was saying Tatum to you about the template, which is the extra good one.
Shout out to Tim too. We was texting during the game.
And then he also the Aces back to back. Listen, man, they can do it. They can definitely do it.
Yes. Yeah. So y'all point. Like I want New York, LA, Las Vegas. Sorry. I want the Aces to sweep their ass.
Really?
I said I want them to. I'm rooting for the Aces.
Oh, for them to sweep New York and
yeah.
But no, I need that in my life. Like I need it. I'm searching now to see if Candace Parker had a chance to return.
I don't think so.
I haven't heard anything about her coming back anytime soon. Which sucks.
It does.
Like they still rolling without her, but like to have Candace Parker in that lineup.
That's like a cheat. That's
with Gray, with Young,
that's an all-star team.
Aces are stacked.
Yeah, they're an all-star team.
Like it makes it a little bit more fair now. Like we can't have everything. Like, no, New York has been rolling though. Like especially like over the last month. And like I was gonna ask the question like if there is a team, and I don't know how much. Ken, I know you were kind of tapped in for a little bit. Like if there is a team that can kind of knock off one of these teams on the route to the finals, do you see?
Honestly, like I don't really see.
Most likely, I guess is the question.
It would have to be Dallas. Will probably be the most likely, but they're not deep enough.
Yeah,
like in the series, like they can win, like they can be a game or two, but in a series,
it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And like I think it's probably a little bit after the All-Star break. I was like, I could really see Dallas doing it, but like their defense is really going to tank.
Yeah, like they started off super good, but then like towards the end of the season, it was just like they just kind of fell apart.
Triple T said Atlanta or the Mystics are sleepers.
I like Atlanta too, though. Atlanta is
I don't know. I mean, the Mystics are starting to get a little healthy now, but they still got some injury problems on the roster. Off top. And I don't know. I don't think they're gonna be able to get the Liberty.
Liberty go come on like a juggernaut.
The matchups, in case you were interested, there you got the Aces, the Las Vegas Aces against Chicago Sky. You got the New York Liberty against the Washington Mystics, the Connecticut Sun against the Minnesota Lynx, and the Dallas Wings against the Atlanta Dream.
Lynx versus the Sun.
I root for Dallas because Enrique, but Connecticut is tough, and like they lost John Quill and really didn't skip a beat. Like Alyssa Thomas is a monster. Like she set the record for most triple doubles in the WNBA season, and like shattered it. I think she's cold, so I could see them making some noise. It's just I don't know if they can take down New York. Like. These two teams seem to be on a collision course.
I need it.
But like if there is one team I would say it's Connecticut.
I need Aces and Liberty. And I'm like, again, like I mentioned, I didn't watch much of the regular season this year. I just kind of kept up reading articles or listening to podcasts, but like it's playoff time now and I'm tuned in.
Playoffs?
I am tuned in for playoff basketball. Okay. Injuries and transaction news. Starting with the NBA here. San Antonio waived guard Cameron Payne. They wanted him to get a chance to play somewhere where he make an impact.
What's that, an open roster spot?
If they did.
Yeah, I'm like,
I don't even like campaign, but they just need a backup point guard.
That's it. Another ball handler, somebody in the back, get some buckets every now and then, and shit like that. That lefty kind of dangerous, you know.
At this point, the Bucks are just relying on all these different two ways. Like maybe one of y'all gonna pop and be a backup point guard. So yeah, Cleveland signed Tristan Thompson. Retread. Houston re-signed Boban. The Lakers signed Christian Wood. Yeah, how you feel about that? Christian Wood going to the Lakers.
AD definitely need help, especially with like his health concerns. But I don't consider
what kind of help?
I don't consider Woods like a true like big though.
No, because he don't play no defense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, all right, we got him, but like what would need him for in the absence of AD, he's not.
Yeah, I got buckets and boards.
Yeah.
From what I understand,
I like the buckets and boards.
Like
from what I understand, like AD doesn't want to play as much center this year. And like I know for years, like we kind of killed him for it, but like now that you've seen it in practice, it's like he can do it in spurts, but like I don't think you want him being your full-time five. Like he can't take that beating. You don't want him to take that beating. So like I understand why they bringing in more bigs, like and I mean Christian Wood for like what they got him for. It's like
exactly. Like I'm open, welcome him for sure.
Like we know what he is at this point, but at the same time, like he can at least produce in the regular season. And like maybe LeBron and Anthony Davis, like being in that culture, can kind of
that's what I said too.
Finally get his head out of his ass. Probably not.
Not necessarily like LeBron, but like bro, relax, my guy. Like this ain't that.
Like if there's a team that, I mean, he was on the team with Giannis and still.
He's on the Bucks.
He should be the
shit.
But like, if there's anybody that can kind of be like, bro, you got to start here. We're not giving you the ball like
you
this.
said what?
He was a buck.
Yeah,
he was.
That's when he first started kind of taking off.
Giannis liked him a lot too.
And we cut his ass, and I was pissed.
No, we cut him though because he kept saying like, I should be out here playing. This is my like, this is me, and everybody was like, all right, young buck, the same. This not. No, it's not. Move around.
We're trying to win a title. You trying to get
buckets.
But like again, like if there's anybody who can really get his head out of his ass and make be like, I'm the star here. You just play this role, this. I'm gonna set you up. I'm gonna get you easy buckets. Like it's LeBron. Like if he don't listen to LeBron, he just a lost cause.
He don't listen to nobody. Yeah, and on top of that too, you got like Rui there and Austin Reeves, who are two guys who can be like, yo, like we listened to him last year and look what happened.
We got paid, my guy.
Malik Monk. He didn't get paid by the Lakers, but he got paid.
He got
like,
paid though.
Where's Malik Monk?
Roberto.
Philly signed Danny Green.
I think he cooked, but
I do too. But I'm glad he got a check. I'm glad he got a check.
Towards ACL. Last time he was with Philly. So.
Jesus.
Didn't Embiid follow him?
I don't remember how it happened, but I just remember it happened.
I feel like it was.
On the football side of things, the Broncos safety, Caden Stearns, is expected to be out for the season with a torn patellar tendon. Browns offensive tackle Jack Conklin tore his ACL and his MCL. He's going to have season-ending surgery. Eagles linebacker. See, listen, the beer is catching up to me now. Now I got to read all these names.
Oh, damn. Shit. Don't let him beat you.
Let me finish typing this.
Don't let the names fight you.
Linebacker Nakobe Dean is expected to miss multiple weeks with a foot injury.
Damn, not Nakobe.
Pittsburgh defensive lineman Cam Hayward had a groin injury. He's out for at least 4 games. As we know, Cooper Kupp had a hammy. He's out for at least 4 games. He's on IR. Baltimore running back J.K. Dobbins, Achilles injury. He's out for the season. That's unfortunate.
Man.
He just came back from that bad injury.
I was a fan of J.K. Dobbins too.
He was cooking too. He was having a good game.
That's how he's been the last couple of years. He'll have a good ass game and then he'll get hurt in that game. Like, damn.
And like I hate to say it, but like this is why running backs don't get paid, because like the cold ones are just one bad plant away from
being hurt, being out. I guess that's any football player though. If you want to make that argument, it's a very violent sport. We saw Aaron Rodgers not even throw a pass. Like he done. The Cincinnati Bengals, they signed quarterback Joe Burrow to a 5-year, $275 million.
Joe Burrow.
Hey, Joe, get your money.
And this how you repay me?
With this week 1 done.
He
gonna pick it up.
I was like, anybody go bounce back. It's definitely gonna be Joe.
The funny thing about the Bengals losing to the Browns was Jamar Chase after the game where he was like, I called them some L's last year, and now I'm just mad because we lost to some L's. Like he didn't take it back. He just said, I know when I called them, they are L's, and now I'm mad because we lost to some L's.
The Browns is going to be a really good team this year. People ain't going to really...
Not with that nasty, man.
They ain't going to fuck with them like that, but the Browns is going to be a good team.
Jesus.
That man don't know how to say no.
Kansas City defensive end Chris Jones ended his holdout on a 1-year deal with a lot of incentives to get him paid the way he wanted to be paid. San Francisco defensive lineman Nick Bosa ended his holdout. He signed a new 5-year, $170 million deal to become the highest paid pass rusher in the league.
Whatever that means.
And then Kyle Rudolph retired.
Congratulations.
Michigan State head coach Mel Tucker,
another nasty man,
has been suspended indefinitely by the university following allegations that he sexually harassed a domestic violence / rape survivor activist.
Damn.
Woo. Tucker claims that relationship was consensual, and the AD of Michigan State was like, "Hey, listen, the suspension is a formality, and Tucker has coached his last game here. This man will not be back."
Bro, the person actively fighting against this shit, you do all of this shit. That's some wild.
It's wild to do it. Period.
It's wild as fuck. But like, I'm gonna get into a fist fight with a cop or a UFC fight. My person's a UFC fight. We go get in a fist fight, huh? Like, this is what they do. That's crazy as shit.
Some more nasty business here.
Good
Houston
Lord.
is guard Kevin Porter Jr. was arrested over the weekend in New York on charges that he allegedly assaulted his girlfriend. Former number 4 overall WNBA pick. Is it Kaiser Gandrusnet? Porter is facing felony domestic violence charges on that. I saw that they said she had a fractured like vertebrae in her neck.
Damn.
Yeah, because they say like punched her, strangled. Yeah, it was
Sweet as hell.
disgusting.
Yeah, that's trash.
On some positive news though, shout out to The Rock.
He was just
Mika Rotunda, the sister of Bray Wyatt, she publicly thanked him for buying meals and groceries for the extended family during their mourning period. Because let me tell you, when you're going through some stuff,
You don't want to be thinking about.
you don't want to think about cooking nothing, and you don't feel like cooking nothing. You just want to lay around. So for someone to come through and be like, "Hey, here goes some meals, here goes some groceries, here goes some food," it goes a long way, man. Shout out to The Rock for that.
So like, I think he donated like $1 million to like the strike fund for actors and writers. So like,
He also gave some money to the Maui fire relief fund.
That's what he was under fire for.
What you mean?
Him and Oprah. Because they asked for donations. So a lot of people was like, bro, why are you asking me for donations when y'all worth this? It was one of those conversations.
People don't be knowing what they gave already. They just trying to solicit more dollars.
Yeah,
Like-
their whole thing, they was like, I think it was asking like everybody else for $5 million. So they was just like, why are you asking me, a peasant, for $5 million when you worth this amount of money? I was like, that's
stupid.
interesting.
Not the peasants. Not the peasants.
Asking me, a peasant, for money like you ain't worth $1
Yeah,
billion.
peasant.
I was like, and it was Oprah and The Rock. So I was like,
So Oprah got a house down there.
I think he do too. I believe so.
WWE is no longer under the McMahon control. The newly merged company with WC. That's not WC.
them two.
With WWE and the UFC is called TKO, and that new company and partnership went into effect this morning, September 12th. So we'll see. I did hear a rumor that what they're going to look to do for the big shows is have UFC and WWE shows the same weekend in the same cities, like a double show.
They're gonna be fighting for the same airtime.
They
Yeah,
probably would air it like one would probably be Saturday, one would probably be Sunday. Which if we go back to Sunday pay-per-views, I'm not here for it.
No,
You've got me
I
all
like
hooked on the Saturday
I
pay-per-view.
like Saturday.
Right, Saturday
minutes.
ending kind of on time sometimes early and shit.
But it's a Saturday, so like
It
don't matter.
Yeah,
end it when y'all want to. I'm off tomorrow. It's a weekend still.
And I mean, like, it never makes, like, now that they've gone to it, doesn't make sense to go back. Because, like, think about, like, people in Europe or whatever, like,
Staying up,
they can actually stay up till, like, 4
yeah.
o'clock in the morning on a Sunday morning as opposed to a Monday morning. Like,
They gotta go to work. Yeah, it's a big
you're a
fact.
global brand. You got to take into consideration.
Coco Gauff and Novak Djokovic.
Coco.
They won a U.S. Open. Shout out to the champs.
Bam, bam, bam.
It was-
Hashtag Black tennis player.
It was it was cool seeing the Coco videos because it was like a video of her when she was like 12 or something like that at the U.S. Open dancing in the crowd. Now she a champ.
I didn't realize she was still that young. Like,
19.
still a teenager. I feel like she's been around for forever.
She's been around for a little bit, yeah.
Because she started winning some big games when she was 16 years old around there. So like that, them tennis careers are different. David Stearns, he was hired by the New York Mets. Switching sports here.
As what? The people operations manager?
Yeah, I meant to look that up. Like, he's a key decision maker for the Mets. Let's see.
Well, you ran a whole league. You run this team real quick, right?
Pretty much. If you can run like it's dodgeball. If you can run a league, you can run a team.
I mean, shit, that's how some
president of baseball operates.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You know we're talking about like the Brewers next year, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Just make sure. The other one did.
Okay. Last but not least here, Colorado defeated Nebraska, moved up to 18 in the latest polls. Shedeur Sanders, another great game, almost threw for 400 yards, 2 touchdowns. Listen, go Buffs, fam. On the bandwagon. Full stop. Did y'all see the pregame speech from Deion Sanders to the team?
This week's?
This week's.
Not this week's. Deion be preaching. He was almost a pastor at one point, bro.
Said, no wonder these young bucks be getting ready to play so hard. The way the man be talking to him, I'd be geeked too.
He be preaching to him.
And it's not even all like this, like loud, like yelling. He just be talking, and they start getting amped up. Like you heard him in the background going, "Amen, that's right, yeah, coach." And they kept getting louder and louder as he keeps talking. Yeah, coach, we got you, coach. We love you too, coach. ready to run through the wall for that man. And they 2-0.
I was listening to Undisputed, and he was on
Bill,
there.
Why? Oh, because he was on there?
He was on there.
Oh, okay.
And he was saying
Did they let Skip talk yet?
Yeah, barely.
I saw Shannon Stephen A. skip again.
Still.
Got
Even after Stephen
After
A.
the name tag. Pat McAfee called him that made that joke too. He was like, all right, Skip. But no, he was on there and he was just saying, he was like, every kid, you know, one thing he's enjoyed is just one, coaching kids, of course, but
Of course.
he could hit all of them. Like, there's different. That's the same thing with people, but all of them have something different. He was like, so one of them, he was like, yeah, mom's still in the ghetto. You know she's trying to get out, so let's go get this. He'd be like, all right, coach, let's do it. He's like, another one, be like, hey, now you know you need this scholarship for this, that, and the third, or you trying to do this. He was like, we're trying to make this happen, right? Yeah, coach, okay, I got you. Like, so I can relate to a lot of the kids on different levels and levels that I've been on, levels that they can relate to, things like that, because they're trying to be able to get themselves into a better situation. He's like, so all of the kids that's here, they're here to work.
Yeah. I see KG in the comments. He's gonna be at the Colorado-Arizona State game in Arizona for his 40th. That's what's up.
Yeah, that's good.
I did find the speech from this previous week, so we can end the show listening to Dion be motivational real quick.
Father, real
Hold
father.
on.
See, one thing about a father, a real father, I don't care what ethnicity. If you say something about his kids, it's personal. If you say something about his woman, it's personal. If you just come on his property or do something that you have no business doing, it gets personal. And the reason it's so personal to me is they said something about my kids. You think I'm gonna let them talk about y'all and it ain't gonna be personal? You think I'm gonna let them doubt y'all and it ain't gonna be personal? You think I'm gonna let them naysay y'all and it ain't gonna get personal? You think I'm gonna let them say all the stuff that they said and that we don't have and we proved that we have it, and even when we proved that we had it, they said one thing. Therefore, guess what?
Roy, why put the music behind him? We need all this.
It's personal.
They put the super
They put the
dramatic.
super right.
Super
Like,
dramatic.
he didn't
music
need
on.
Dion. Didn't even need all that. He was
No.
already dramatic. We
Yeah.
got the vibe.
They could
you
just put the
know?
ether beat on.
Dog, you put the ether beat behind anything when you're talking about somebody, it just sounds so much worse. It sounds so much worse. But yeah, that's all we got for y'all this week. Let's see. Parting words this week. What I want to say to y'all is just a reminder to be yourself. Be true to who you are. You ain't got to like things because everybody else like it, because it's popular, whatever the case may be. Just be true to you, fam. Like Kendrick Lamar said, you ain't got to lie to kick it. Just be who you are. Just be who you are. And if people don't accept that, then hey, that's their loss.
Fuck them.
Find your tribe. Find your tribe that accepts you for who you are and all your weirdness. Because everybody's weird. Don't let nobody say they're not weird. Everybody got something about them that's weird. Everybody weird, fam. Find your crew of other weird folks that like your weird. And just be yourself, man. Don't change yourself for nobody else. Just be you. Those are my parting words this week. If y'all want to follow me on social media, you can catch me.
Wait a minute.
On Twitter, Instagram, it's PSN 2K Streets at Camille Monet, CAMILLEMONAE. This beer got me tipsy.
Jeez.
See, Camille turns into Issa Rae when she gets to
I used to want to be a rapper when I was younger.
Yeah.
There go Tim again.
Hey, so funny about cutting the grass and the weeds, fam.
But you know, wasn't in my future. I might have to do with Tim and freestyle over the
Oh, hey, yeah, we need the bars.
We about to hack that up.
Get the music cued.
Peer pressure?
Oh, yeah. Definitely for the spit.
At Bucksburn on Twitter.
That's all y'all get.
Jesus
Gosh.
Christ.
I was taking a sip. The bars are just flowing right now. Everything is rhyming, fam.
Everyday_ gentleman on Instagram, K Harris 216 on Twitter and Snapchat.
And this your boy TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. Dilly man, the scrunchies, dilly.
That's mother scrunchy.
So it was funny because like shout out to my cousin Ant, but he's the one that came up with the word, at least first time I've ever heard in my life, a scoochie. What the fuck is a scoochie? That's a skank hoochie.
I would say, yeah, that's a hoochie.
Yeah, I definitely.
But we were kids when
I
he
knew
said
some
so. I was like, that was the first time I ever heard scoochie, and then I heard other people say it before. I was like,
I definitely knew some scoochies.
Then we all.
Ken had a scoochie or two.
Oh yeah, you know, hey.
Then we all.
KG said,
They need love.
Bars, Camille, let's go. Dylan.
Bars.
Dylan.
All right, y'all. We out of here. It's time to go home.
No, I just saw the thumbnail for Scissor Me, bro.
Let's see. Hold on.
Oh shit! Shoot! And
Tag her in. Camille exclusive.
She got it. Hey. Let's go. Usually Tim be coming in and killing on a freestyle. I'm about to do this. I used to want to be Twister when I was little, man. I ain't gonna do it. Hey.
Yeah, no.
Raise the
Oh shit. That's funny. That is funny.